download a free worksheet from our page on patreon.com. You can also gain access to our transcripts by becoming a $1 patron and to our podcasts by becoming a $5 patron. Danke. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, do give it a thumbs up and
Hello,
share it
it's
with your
been a while
friends.
since
Don't
I
forget to
last time
subscribe to
nag-live.
the channel if you still haven't. You can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we upload a new video. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. In einer Welt voller Ideen und Wissen, das nur darauf wartet, geteilt zu werden, braucht es nur einen Funken, eine Leidenschaft, eine Geschichte zu erzählen, eine Community, die du inspirieren willst. Und klar, kein Test ist aber ab hier geht es richtig los, denn es braucht nur eine Plattform, welche deine Bedürfnisse versteht. Ein Ort, wo du nicht nur deinen Online-Kurs erstellst, sondern ihn auch vermarkten und verkaufen kannst. Worauf wartest du also noch? Registriere dich jetzt bei GetResponse. Lass uns dein Wissen zu Geld machen, denn am Ende braucht es nur dich.
Hello sa isang tao dyan.
Hello everyone, welcome to our video series on Learn German for Beginners. In the last lesson you learned how to talk about your well-being and how to ask others about their well-being. In this lesson, we will be learning the basic sentence structure. You can visit our page on patreon.com to get free worksheets, podcasts, transcripts, early access to our videos, and more. So let's begin. Lektion 9. Once again, Lektion 9. Satzstruktur. Noch einmal, Satzstruktur.
Magtupi ng nilaphan.
Here's an overview of what we will be learning in this lesson. We will be beginning with the important parts of a sentence. The subject.
Sabi nila pag nasa Europe ka daw, ang ganda ng
We will
buhay.
also learn where the
Pero
verb
mas
is
maganda pa rin sa
placed
Pilipinas.
and the types of questions. We will conclude this video with a short exercise.
Ito boring, walang makausap.
Here is the first sentence. Ich heiße Monika.
Beatrice
Let's
Rapa.
analyze the
Beatrice
sentence.
Rafael. Hello.
Ich is the subject. Heiße is the verb. The subject conjugates the verb. A conjugated verb is different from its base form. With different subjects, the verb is conjugated differently. This we will be doing later in detail. Let's look at another sentence which we have already done. Ich wohne in Berlin. Again here, ich is the subject and
Palike
wohnen
naman po,
is the verb.
please. Thank you.
A basic rule of sentence formation in German is that the verb is in the
Anong oras sa
second position.
Pilipinas ngayon?
The subject is placed either on the right or on the left
Dito
of
is
the verb.
7:56 ng
For
umaga.
example, in the sentence, heute bin ich in Berlin. Ich is placed after the verb. The verb stays in the second position. There are a few exceptions to it though, which we'll be learning later. Now it's your turn to analyze one sentence. Ich bin müde. What do you think? Where is the verb? And what's the subject? Ich is the subject and bin is the verb in the second position. Now let's move on to the different types of questions. W-Fragen. We have already learned these before. Questions that start with wie, welche, was, wo, woher, wie viel, and many more are W-Fragen. Let's analyze a W-Frage. Wo wohnen Sie? In this case, Sie is the subject, whereas wohnen is the verb. Here's another one. Woher kommst du? Here, du is the subject and kommst is the verb.
Buhay daw ng isang Pilipina na nakarating sa Germany. Tadan!
The verb is placed in the second position. The subject is on the right side of the verb.
Pero boring ito. Wala ka pang
Now
trabaho
it's your
dito.
turn to analyze a W-Frage.
Pag housewife ka lang, puno.
Where's the verb? And what's the subject?
Kaya ka boring.
Yes, Sie is the subject and heißen is the verb.
Tapos mamaya
It is in the
planchahin.
second position. Here are some more W-Fragen. Wie geht es Ihnen? Wie alt sind Sie? Wo wohnst du? Was sind deine Hobbys? Wie ist dein Familienname? In all these questions, the verb is in the second position and the subject follows the verb. Now we move on to the next type of questions. Ja-Nein-Fragen. As the term suggests, the answer to these questions is either Ja or Nein. Hence they are known as Ja-Nein-Fragen. I'm sure you remember doing these questions in our previous lessons. Now let's analyze them. Haben Sie Kinder? In this case, the subject is Sie and the verb is haben. Let's look at another one. Sind Sie verheiratet? Here the subject is Sie and the verb is sind. Please note that these questions are an exception to the rule we just learned. That is, here the verb is in the first position. Let's look at another example. Wohnst du in München? Here the subject is du and the verb is wohnst, which is in the first position and not in the second. So whenever there is a Ja-Nein-Frage, you will always place the conjugated verb in the first position and the subject will follow. Here are some more Ja-Nein-Fragen. Kommen Sie aus Deutschland? Wohnen Sie in Indonesien? Spielen Sie Fußball? Sprechen Sie Italienisch? Verstehen Sie mich?
Hi, thank you sa
Sind Sie
pag-like.
30 Jahre alt? Haben Sie Zeit? You must have noticed that in all these questions, the verb is in the first place, followed by the subject.
Nilalive ko lang siya kasi
Now
ang
it's
tagal
time
ko
to
na siyang hindi
practice
na
what
i-live.
we
Ewan
have
ko
learned.
ilang buwan na, baka nga taon na.
Bilde Sätze.
Mga
You'll
taon
be
ko
getting
na nga
some
siyang
parts
hindi
of
na
a
i-live.
sentence with the subject and the verb, and you have to rearrange them in the right order to make a sentence.
Parati kasi
Do
dati
remember,
nagla-live
the
nitong
verb
ano
will
ko
be
si
in the
Ate
second
Ann.
position. Only in case of a Ja-Nein-Frage, it will be in the first position. Here's the first one. And your answer should be Ich heiße Tom. The verb here is heißen and the subject is ich. Let's move on
Tapos
to the
ewan kung
second
kailan
one.
matatapos yung winter dito ba. Hanggang ngayon malamig pa din, nakakainis.
The correct answer is Er wohnt in Berlin.
Wala
Er
yatang
wohnt,
stable
verb
na
is in the
weather
second
dito sa
position.
Germany, ewan.
Wohnt. The third one is and your answer should be Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Now this was tricky. Since there is a question mark, you have to make a question. And the only possible question here is Ja-Nein-Frage. That means the verb is in the first position. Here's the next one. Since this one is also a question, you will place the verb in the first position. This will be followed by the subject. Kommst du aus England? And now here's the last one. The answer to this one is Wie alt bist du? Wie alt is considered together and will be placed in position 1. And now here's a quick overview of what we have learned. The verb, whether in the first or in the second position, is conjugated by the subject. The verb is mostly in the second position. The subject is either to the right or to the left of the verb. Questions beginning with W words, wo, woher, etc. are W-Fragen. Here the verb is in the second place. Questions with answer ja or nein are Ja-Nein-Fragen. Here the verb is in the first place.
Hello, Indang CJ. Hindi pa ako nakakapagligpit ng hinigaan. Hindi naman talaga itong lalaking ito ang hinubad. Isang milyon dyan. Good morning. Ewan ko kung anong oras na sa Pilipinas ngayon. Dito is umaga pa lang. Nakakainip. Huwag yan sinin yung bra ko nakasabit dyan. Di ba? Ngayon pa lang ako magsisipilyo. Init. Okay, para tapos na. At ako'y magpa-plancha. Oo nga, di ng mukha ko ba? Bago daw mag-umpisa sa gawaing bahay. Ay! Wala namang init dito pero nakasanayan ko na maglagay ng ano. Sunscreen. Ewan ko, sanayan lang siguro. Kasi nung nandun pa ako sa Hong Kong para parati. Lalo pag nagsusunda ako sa ulaga ko dati. Uy, ang dami. Pati buhok ko tuloy. Puti. May time na gusto ko yung ganito. Yung brilliant. May time naman na ayaw ko. Ay, tapos magkakape at magpa-plancha. Linis ng bahay. Sino ang relate nito na kahit wala ka ng amo yung retail mo, hindi pa rin nagbabago, dapat sunod-sunod. Tapos minsan nabubwisit sa akin yung asawa ko. Kasi hindi daw ako mapakali. Ewan ko ako sa tao na gusto ko nakaayos lahat. Mas napapagod ako kasi makita yung kalat ba. Kung makalat kasi ako mas nakakapagod.
If you're talking about Martin or their Lehrer, then you use er. When talking about die Freundin or Martina, then use sie. When talking about a thing that's neutral, for example, a book or car, das Buch oder das Auto, then you will use the pronoun es. When you're talking about more than one person or things indirectly, for example, when talking about Martin and Martina, then you would use sie. So these were the personal pronouns in the nominative case. Hope you enjoyed learning them. Just try to form simple sentences like we just did to practice them. This is also a good time to learn about family in German. You can watch our video on this topic. The link can be found below in the description. You can also download a free worksheet from our page on patreon.com. You can also gain access to our transcripts by becoming a $1 patron and to our podcasts by becoming a $5 patron. Danke! Thanks for watching this video. Like this video, don't forget to comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you still haven't. You can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we upload a new video. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.
12 Stunden, bis du zur Arbeit musst.
Extra Kaugummi. Kau gut.
Kassier.
Almusal
Wer
na
sagt
ako
es?
magtrabaho.
Für die frische, wirklich tiefenreine Wäsche. Persil, weil du immer dein Bestes gibst. Jetzt Persil tiefenrein frische gratis testen. Außer Reichweite von Kindern aufbewahren.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our video series on Learn German for Beginners. In the last lesson, we learned about the basic sentence structure. In this lesson, we will learn how to conjugate the two most important verbs, haben and sein. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for learning German for free and in the easiest way. We offer structured courses for A1, A2, B1 and B2 and a variety of topics from grammar and vocabulary to common mistakes one can make in German. You can also visit our page on patreon.com to get free worksheets, transcripts, early access to our videos, and more. So let's begin. Lektion 12. Once again, Lektion 12. Verbkonjugation haben und sein. In this lesson, you will learn how to conjugate the two most important verbs, haben and sein. And
Sino ang
here,
relate
we
dito?
will do a
Ako
small
instead kasi maglagay
exercise.
ako ng asukal, nilalagyan ko siya ng lemon.
Haben and sein are mostly
Sabi
used
kasi
as
na
helping
pang-burn
verbs,
daw ng fats.
as
Ewan
well
ko lang.
as
Wala
the
pa
main
naman
verbs in
nilubin
a
sa fats.
sentence. In this video, we shall only concentrate on the conjugation of these two verbs. If you
Hindi
want
ako
to
gumagamit
learn
ng
when
asukal.
they are used, you can watch our video on haben and sein. The link is given below in the description. So here are two sentences we are already familiar with. Ich habe ein Auto. Sind Sie verheiratet? These two verbs, haben and sein, have been conjugated here, according to the subject. In the first sentence, the subject is ich, and in the second one, it is sie. Please remember that the verb used in a sentence must always be conjugated according to the subject. Now let's conjugate the verb haben. Remember the pronouns we did in the previous lesson? We will be listing all these pronouns and conjugate the verb haben with each one of them. Do repeat after me. Here are the pronouns in singular. Ich habe, du hast, sie haben, sie es hat. Now the pronouns in plural. Wir haben, ihr habt, sie haben, sie haben. This is how we will be conjugating all the verbs in the future. So it's important that you understand the pronouns. Also, do notice the endings of the verbs marked in blue. These are the endings generally used for a lot of verbs. Obviously, there are exceptions. Right now, you should just learn these conjugations as it is. With time and use, you will get better. Now let's look at a few sentences where haben has been conjugated and being used as a verb. Ich habe ein Haus. Hast du eine Freundin? In each sentence, please concentrate on the subject and the conjugated verb. Wir haben ein Auto. Habt ihr Kinder? You can always refer back to the table to make sure about the conjugated verbs according to the subject. Frau Schmidt, haben Sie einen Moment? Hat keine Zeit. Sometimes the pronoun isn't just present in the sentence, like in the next one. Maria hat eine Tochter. Since Maria is feminine and singular, we will conjugate the verb according to the pronoun that can replace Maria here in the sentence, which is sie, singular third person. Similarly, in the next sentence, meine Eltern haben einen Hund. The subject here is meine Eltern. Which pronoun would replace it? It's in the third person and plural, for which we have sie, and the verb is conjugated according to it. Sie haben, meine Eltern haben. Now we can move to the second verb, sein. Here's the conjugation. First, for the pronouns in singular. Ich bin, du bist, sie sind, sie es ist. Now for the pronouns in plural. Wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind, sie sind. Sein is a special verb. Unlike haben, there are no endings you have to consider. Here also, it is advisable to learn the conjugations as it is. Now let's look at some examples. Ich bin 23 Jahre alt. Bist du verliebt? Here also, please concentrate on the subject in the sentence and the verb being conjugated accordingly. Wir sind glücklich. Seid ihr glücklich? Frau Schmidt, sind Sie zu Hause? Ist verheiratet. Here again, in the next two sentences, we don't have a direct pronoun. Sabine ist Lehrerin. Since Sabine is feminine and singular, we will conjugate the verb according to the pronoun that can replace Sabina here in the sentence, which is sie, singular third person. Meine Nachbarn sind sehr nett. The subject here is meine Nachbarn. Which pronoun would replace it? It's in the third person and
Bye
plural,
po.
for which